I hope you are gearing up for the weekend. For some reason, I keep thinking that Thanksgiving is next Thursday. I don't know why I have that in my head, but then after I realize that it's not next Thursday, it's 2 weeks from today, I get really excited. I get excited because I realize that I have 2 weeks to get my stuff done instead of just one. We have Thanksgiving every year, so there are little projects that I would like to finish before we have Thanksgiving. Today's the day. Antique Candle Co. is having their early Black Friday sale with up to 50% off some of their candles. And the candles that are 50% off are some of my faves. These are the ones that I could find right away. Maple butter and pumpkin bread. These are both 50% off. These are really good, warm, buttery, caramel scented candles that just make you feel like you've been baking all day, and they're not overpowering. That's what I really love about these two. They're very good baking scented candles, and they just, like I said, they make me feel warm and cozy. Do you remember this one from last year? This one's peppermint bark. It is so good. It's got a light scent of peppermint with a little bit of vanilla. And again, this one isn't overpowering. They just released this again a couple days ago. This one's a very good scent. If you like a little bit of peppermint and a little bit of vanilla, it's a good one. And finally, two of my if you ask me, Deb, what are your favorite seasonal candles? Doesn't matter what season. Which are your favorite? Home for the Holidays and Tree Farm. I know that they're Christmas scents, fragrances, but it's a woodsy smell. And it's so funny because I was taking Bug for a walk around our yard, and there were trees in the back. They're the neighbor trees. And as I walked by them, I thought, man, that smells so familiar. It's the same tree that are in these candles. The difference is Tree Farm has evergreen, Fraser fir, cedar, and musk. Home for the Holidays, this is a little sweeter because it has about the same thing, but it has red apple, eucalyptus, pine, cedar, sandalwood, musk, balsam fir, orange peel, and sweet citrus. And it's just, I don't know. I've just been burning it the last 4 days, and I am enjoying it so much. Again, all of their candles are up to 50% off from today through tomorrow, free shipping, and their happiness guarantee. If you get one of these candles, even their 50% off candles, and you're not a fan, they will replace it with one that you love. No code needed. Just click on the link to shop your favorite candles. Oh, little Buggy. He's laying out in the sunroom because I was doing my Bible study out here, and I told him to come out here. Do you like it out here? Here's little Bugaboo. Do you like it out here now that it's temperature controlled? We would either freeze or we would be sweating. And it's so quiet. Right now the neighbors are mowing the lawn, but it is so quiet and so peaceful. It's just, the space is really turning out how I like it. I did get a question about the chair and if I like it. The first day I liked it. The second day I didn't know. Now I'm back to, I think I like it. There are chairs with stripes in it that I think would be so pretty out here, but the background is white. And there isn't white out here. I'm going to paint the walls the same as what they are in the other rooms. And that's more of a creamy white versus a white. So I think those striped chairs would be, I just don't think it would go. And then I'm going to hang this right here because I think that fills in the space really well. And I'm going to paint that a different color. So I think the browns in that help the chair and everything mix together. But what do you think? I'm also going to hang some curtains in here. I was hoping that I could use these These are ones that I bought off Amazon and I missed the return date. But I don't, these are going to be, those aren't going to work. I think what I'm going to have to do is go with the ones that are in the living room, maybe a different pattern, because there is brown in that. And I think that brown will tie everything in really well. I think it will be cozy. So I'm going to put another chair here, and then I'm going to have a coffee table and maybe a little table over there or over there. But this is going to be such a nice space. The other day I shared some faux little evergreens that you can put in your planters. I'm not a big fan of anything artificial outside, but I really like these trees. It's too small for my planters, so I have to reorder them in a little bigger around size. But this actually looks real and it feels real. Some of these things that I bought years ago, they feel very stiff. These aren't like that. These are extremely, extremely nice. Now you can get some like this with a planter, but like in a planter, but I got one that it's in a stake and you push it down into your planter, into the dirt. This is what the bottom looks like, and I'll take it out so you can see what it looks like in a planter. But my planter's too, the perimeter, what do I want to say? It's too big unless I plant some pansies. But let me take you out and show you. This just pushes all the way down into the dirt. This is so stinking cute. I put a plastic bag around the bottom, but isn't that adorable? I just need one that's bigger. But this looks real. It has different colors in it. Let me stand back a little bit so you can see. That looks real. I'm going to be ordering some that are bigger around that fills the actual base. Those are cute.
Is there anything in this world that would want to make me give away what I'm doing now? Yes. Yes, there is. When my children can take the football that I call wildlife conservation and run it up. When they're ready to run up our mission, I will gladly step aside. And I guarantee you it'll be the proudest moment of my life, and my job will be done. Then and only then will I know that I have achieved my ultimate goal, to be able to stand aside and let them run up my mission.
I just finished working on some things and I was looking through my messages and I got a question about Antique Candle Co. and if I could suggest some bundles of 4 with strong scents. So I just went through their bundles and I found 5 that I would suggest, and I'll write them here on the screen. The Christmas bundle of 4 has Spice Cranberry, Good Tidings, Country Pine, and Tree Farm. That's a really, really good bundle. The next one is the Tree Farm. Tree Farm is one of my favorites. The Evergreen bundle, that one consists of Cloven Pine, Home for the Holidays, Country Pine, and Tree Farm. That's a really good one too. Those are strong. Those are very strong scents. The next one is the Fall and Christmas bundle, which is a great combo. It has Pumpkin Spice, Fall Harvest, Tree Farm, and Christmas Day. And that's a strong one. The last one is the baking one. Now, I like that because it's a really good, like bakery scents are my favorite, but they're not as strong. And this one has Mama's Kitchen, which is their #1 selling candle. Maple Butter, which is just heavenly. Main Street Bakery. That's a very The only way I can describe it is walking into a bakery. It's not overpowering, and peppermint bark. Ooh, that's a good one. So there are 5. The ones that I would suggest are the 5. All right. The electrician walked in. He said, "So, what do you have for me?" I said, "Well, I did A, B, and C," and he just started laughing. It's like, "Yeah, I promise I won't touch anything like that ever again." I did show him that I hung that light. I can do that. But no more touching outlets and switches. He did tell me that, what is going on? He did tell me that the wire between the 2 outlets, that's a pigtail. And I got a message yesterday, and I can't remember if that's what they called it or not, but he called it a little pigtail. I don't know if he put it back in. I stayed out of his way. You poor guy had to come here on an unscheduled visit to clean up my mess. So now I can continue working in this blue room and hang the wallpaper, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek hopefully tomorrow. It's so pretty. I never mentioned this, but I'm working with the company on the wallpaper for the bathroom, and I have to turn everything in November 17th. So when I messaged my electrician yesterday, I said, "Hey, I messed up. This is what I need, and I need it." I'm wallpapering the bathroom, and it has to be done by the 16th. So I can turn this stuff in the 17th. He is so kind. Also, when Bailey and I took out the thingamabob in here, that used to be the ironing board. Bailey suggested putting an outlet in here, and he did. Because there isn't one. There's one in this closet, but there isn't one anywhere in here, so we have one now. I've shared these a couple times in stories, and I've had some comments saying that these were the best slippers, so I decided to try them out for myself, and I agree. They are the best slippers ever. They have a squishy inside, which makes them very comfortable. They're not thick on the bottom. The last pair of slippers I bought had a really thick bottom, and I kept tripping on them. These don't do that. These keep my feet warm, and I love how these look almost like a teddy bear. They come in 5 colors. I got the neutral color. I'll put it on the screen, the color I have. But I would highly recommend these.